to the Beaver Dam.
I'm tired. I mean, welcome friends to the Beaver Dam. We're going to have a damn good time being tired. I am honestly exhausted. I have had a long week. A new job was always rough, regardless of how brain dead the job is. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Mr. Tired. I am Legolas. What is the new job? I'm just working at Walmart. It's honestly really brainless, but also I haven't been doing anything but streaming for the last 2 months. And so that means, A, I'm waking up at 5 in the morning, which I'm not used to. And B, I am walking around for 8 hours straight, which means that my knees hurt because I'm a big guy. It is honestly one of the most brain dead things I've ever done for a job, though. I'll take the money while I'm just working on my IT certification. Like literally, it's to the point where it's so brain dead that I today listened to like a solid 3 hours of videos about taxes for YouTube channels. So that way I could prepare for the tax season this next year, considering this is my first year as a YouTuber and I have no idea how to do taxes as a YouTuber. So hey, at least I have time to sit around and learn stuff. Have you ever been on the roof of a Walmart? I've always wondered what's up there. I have not, but I'm pretty sure that's where their super secret spy satellites are. And that's why I never have good service inside a Walmart and never have since I was a wee little chitlin. Oh shiz, I can't even remember. Did he use his buff dispel already? We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. I have, Caleb. I used to shovel snow away from the drains. That's wild, Michael. Also, I don't think I've seen you in chat before, or if I have, it's been a while. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Flat roofs have drains, rooftop vents, and different antennas. Dude, so I worked at Pepsi, so that meant I went around to Walmarts all the time for the last couple of years. And I swear, the Walmart that I would go to for that job leaked so much. Like, it would start raining and they'd have to put buckets throughout the store. It was awful. You're learning the ways of the Beaver and trying out for swim team. Heck yeah, dude. Doing swim team was one of my favorite experiences of high school. I absolutely loved swim team. I know you're referring to like actual beavers, but yes, this beaver also did swim team in high school. Nice, Josiah. Have I eaten dinner yet? I ate lunch. Does that count? Oh gosh, I can't tell what any of these droids are. Just go for it. We'll kill them. Sure. There we go. Now everyone should. Oh, or not. I was expecting a lot of counterattacks, and we got like none. Nice to meet you too, Michael. Hey, Zarevan, can we get some more General Kenobis? Only Agent Milton got us some General Kenobis in the chat for the hello there from Zarevan. Come on, guys, you're slacking. I didn't even check. Is this a hard one? No, it's not really a hard one. Let's do massively overpowered. 3 a.m. somehow I'm still here. Why, Grax and Alex, why are you up this late? Hey, Lumar, welcome, my friend. I stormed about 10 years ago, dang. Still worth going for profundity if I have Executor since punishing one now exists? I mean, it's still a meta fleet. Like that, it hasn't changed. It's still a meta fleet. It's still one of the hardest fleets to counter. And you being like, ah, yes, they have a punishing one, therefore it's not worth me having a profundity is just ridiculous, because you're essentially just being like, oh yeah, no, so just because they have to take their best defensive fleet on offense to beat my one fleet, I will not get that one fleet. Like, it's still a great fleet, and if they waste a punishing one executor on it, then you win. Like, it's still a win in my books. We do it for the Beaver. That sounds wrong. Let's get you taunting. Can we get some dazes out there? No such luck. He just used his buff to spell, I think. Please eat something for Pete's sake. I'll eat something at some point. I ate a very large lunch, so like I'm not worried about eating. Oh, Alex RG, I didn't even see your hydrate. There you go. I got snarky Beaver today. Every once in a while you get some sassy Beaver. Gosh dang it, of all people to get a turn. It was the worst RNG, holy crap. And there was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There was a 1 in 11 chance that it was him that would get the bonus turn, and we lost the roll. That's awful. You make grab a snack or redeem so you can eat something. I've actually been toying around with a dodge, really? Yeah, this is a wipe just because of that beginning play. That is so dumb. Goodness gracious. I hate this raid so much. Like, I thought it was a really cool raid to start out. It just takes way too long. Nice, Alex. That's awesome. But yeah, I've been toying with the idea of adding in like Star Wars quotes that you guys can redeem points for, and that'll pop up on screen. It's like, you know, you guys redeem something and like it pops up with, you know, that type of thing just for fun. We need a petition for a new raid character, dude. We need a new rote character too. Like, I definitely feel like they missed out on a big time nice thing of doing when Mandalore came out, coming out with Paz Vizsla as the rote character. Like, ugh, I would have loved that. Once again, 1 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 1 in 7 chance, and we get the worst RNG. And we get 1 days. Nice. Get the taunt out there. I've literally never had to restart this team before. Today is the first time I've ever had to restart this team. Is 8 late if I haven't slept in 38 hours? I wouldn't say so. Try to hit 54. How do you like this raid compared to the others? I feel like this one gets a lot of hate from the community. So I like the raid. I'm not a huge fan overall of the new raid system personally. I don't like the score idea. There is nothing more satisfying to me than when I would play the Sith Triumvirate raid and I would solo the Sith Triumvirate raid. I loved seeing the percentages that you took down. I thought that was really cool. The score doesn't give me the same hit of dopamine. And so it's a little problematic in that case just in general. Now, this one versus the other ones, yes, it gets a lot of flack, but I think that's very much warranted. It's one of the worst barriers to entry for almost anything in the game. Like, it's so hard to get into this raid and be able to get a good score because we're all, you know, using either new characters or we're using the most garbage old characters you can ever find. So, like, I feel like the barrier to entry was very, very high for this, which makes it very hard for anyone to justify it being good. I also think that the Endor raid kind of gave us a good taste of not wasting our time, because I feel like I just don't have time to run this raid. There's so much involved with running this raid, and it's just annoying. And there's also a ton of RNG in a lot of them unless you have like really good mods, so you're either using hot utils or modding your characters really well when it comes to like Quad May and the B2 run or the Newt run. Like, yeah, I think this one definitely has its problems. Do I think it's the worst raid we've ever had? No. In fact, I think honestly my least favorite raid overall is probably the Crate Dragon raid. Like, it was fun enough the first couple of times, but with how often you had to do it, it was a nightmare. Also, most of the teams were really not free to play friendly for it, but at least there was Old Republic and Scoundrels that were fairly open for you. Yeah, Endor raid, the lovely thing about the Endor raid is I could, if I was in a hurry and like I didn't have time that day, I could just throw it on auto and I wouldn't get yelled at by my guild. It would be just a solid run on each person. It's not going to be the greatest run, but it's going to be a solid run on every single one. And I honestly have zero regrets dropping the raid Omicron on this raid, just for the simple reason that I don't want to have to deal with, you know, playing through the Gungan one every time. I like the idea of being able to full auto it. CG will find a way to make it worse. I hope they make it better, honestly. Like, they hurt us when it came to, you know, fixing the cadence of the raids. So, like, there's a chance that we get something good out of it. 10 Omis to full auto one team is worth it. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I feel like that's very true, just for the simple reason that I'm like, I don't want to play this raid like at all. Which is not something I should be saying. I'm going to be honest. Hey, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Gungan Raid Omi is totally worth it just for the peace of mind. Yeah. Hey, everyone, welcome. I'm loving all the General Kenobis in the chat. Thank you for getting that, my wonderful members. I am great, Con Warlock. How are you? Hey, Parallel Bradley, welcome. Nabu Raid is a pain. My master forehead gets like 24k score and that's it. Put him with the team. Hey RB, it's me, Rogan, Calvin Awesome's favorite viewer. Anyways, if you had to pick between Lobot, Scout Trooper for my next wreck to finish for Leia, what are you picking? Scout Trooper? Like, I know the meme character is definitely Lobot, but like Lobot doesn't really have a great place in the meta overall. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Okay, there we go. We have a heal up. That means we can just kill them all. Gosh dang it! No, we're still good. It's locked on. We just gotta get heal up again. Gosh dang, I hate the buff spell so much. Hit it. Kill them all. Thank you. Go at it again. And that should basically be it. There's a full score. The team gets executed after 3 hits. So I can panic farm Kairos? I mean, yeah, if you don't have the Kairos for Scout Trooper, do Lobot first. That's not a bad thing. Am I okay, Beaver? I'm not an okay Beaver. I'm tired, and this raid's got me grouchy. I faced Great Mothers for the first time in Territory Wars today. It was terrifying, but I won with crew lead SLKR. Heck yeah. I fwicked this GAC round with if my opponent does something. Love me some good Kaiba squishy matchmaking. Every time you see the word fricked, that's immediately what I think of is fwicked. I'm so fwicked. Yeah, I guess he works with Shorty Lumar. But he's definitely the weakest link when it came to like reworks. He's one of the weakest links we've ever gotten for reworks. Apparently my phone is just freaking out. Nice death. Hey Bones, welcome, my friend. It's good to see you. It's been a while. Yeah, 2.2 million. I can get about 2.4 million just from, you know, leaving Gungans on auto when I'm doing other things, and then, you know, doing the Jedi run. But even so, like, it's still annoying to play through the Jedi run because it's actually something you can't really auto, and then throwing in a B2 one, I actually have to go and remod for that one, otherwise it just doesn't work very well. So like, yeah. Is R8 on Leia good enough? I'm farming executive to have everyone at gear 13, but needs so much signal data and relic mats. It is a really solid relic 9. Out of all the GLs, I think the two that deserve a relic 9 the most are Rey and, or not Rey, sorry, JML and Leia. But I don't think you need to take her to relic 9. Like, JML's like a pretty obvious one because he gives damage to the whole team off of his relic 9 versus Leia just using her health a lot. Kind of like General Grievous, and so she's a good candidate. She's just not like required though. Yeah, no, Death. I remember you mentioning, you know, you getting blackout drunk at a wedding. Hydrate and Maritime. Okay. Yeah, I can full auto, and it gets me like 600,000 versus 900,000. But my guild has like a requirement. Actually, we're not gonna do Maritime. I apologize, Agent Milton, we're not, because I know she's asleep on the couch with my roommate, and I don't want to go wake her up. I'm Relic 9ing Hondo and Naka. Can't wait to Relic 9 Balin. That's a PP if I've ever heard one. Blue theme out after the Palcron goes away. Maybe. It's not at all a little PP that I'm working on in the background right now. Yes, POW is the best 5th for Mon Mothma team. So essentially, whenever a rebel ally uses a basic attack, reduce POW's cooldowns by 1 and POW gains 5% turn meter. And then Saw Kala, all allies gain offense up for 2 turns and POW gains 40% turn meter. So he immediately, basically, he uses this every turn, essentially. He immediately gains 40% turn meter every time any of his allies attack. He gains 25% turn meter because all of them attack and use their basic. It's 20% turn meter, technically, if you're using a special ability on someone. And then Hoth Rebel Scout. Deal physical damage to target enemy with a 40% chance to gain 25% turn meter for all allies. And then, of course, if he critically hits with this attack, he gains 100% turn meter and takes another turn. So, like, with Hoth Rebel Scout and POW, you basically have an infinite turn meter loop, and that's what allows them to kill Leia. It's what allows them to guarantee Rey every time, and just make this team just the supercharged nonsense that it is. That with Luthen is just disgusting. So... I definitely think that POW and Hoth Rebel Scout are worth the investment, especially because they're not Kyrotech characters, so they're not too hard. How many stacks of baked are you working with? Not too many today. Yesterday, I was baked, bro. I got home from work, because I've been going to work at 5 in the morning every morning. I got home from work and slept for 5 hours. Like, it was wild. Gonna Relic 9 Karth. Don't fall for the Hoth Rebel Soldier. Yes, do not, whatever you do, do not get the Hoth Rebel Soldier instead of the Rebel Scout, because the Rebel Soldier literally does nothing. He does nothing. Please do not level up the Hoth Rebel Soldier. Only level up the Hoth Rebel Scout. Where's Mara? Is she safe? Is she all right? She's sleeping with my roommate right now. What GLs does Luthen counter? Off the top of my head, I only remember Leia, Lord Vader, and Rey. I think there's one more that they do. I can't think of who it is. Hoth Rebel Soldier, not Scout. Thanks for the tip. You're welcome. Okay, let's see. Roster reviews are live, everyone. Hey, Molly, welcome, welcome. The Arnold Relic 9 POW, what was that, about a year ago? Can't wait for the kit reveal for Balin. Oh yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. The fact that he doesn't have a unique ability was wild. Yeah, Luthen can beat SLKR, but you need Solid. Yes, you are correct. It's your boy. IG86. What if he does have a unique, but they didn't even playtest their puzzles? Honestly, I wouldn't put it past CG. You beat Inquisitor Calcast's follower. Very nice. I never actually tried that fight. Oof, gone Warlock. Okay, let's jump into roster reviews. For those of you who need it, the Discord link is right here. How we do roster reviews is we go through and we do everyone in Discord for as long as we can. Overall, our priority is people who are $10 members or above. They can either get priority roster reviews each month, or they can do a live roster review where we hop in a voice chat and we talk about it. Below that is our super chats. Anything over $2 or 200 bits gets you a priority roster review. And then under that is anyone in Discord, and we go just from a new list each time that we start one of these streams, and I put in roster reviews live now. Anything after that we'll take a look at if we have time, and then at the very end we'll check chat if there's anyone left in chat, but it's not very often that we get to the chat. So Apple E with a membership? Yeah, Yotter got Apple E a membership like a week and a half ago. Hey, chicken, welcome, welcome. Congratulations on the 12 mil GP, my friend. Got that Relic 6 Honda. Where's the Relic 9, my dude? Got the Gear 12 Shin, Gear 12 Merrick. My rock. Dude. Dude, you're sleeping on Bodhi. How dare you? Rest of Relic 7. Yep, you got the Grand Admiral Thrawn up there. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, at this point in this account, it's essentially an account where you go for Balin and Ahsoka. That's what you're looking at. The only other things is just to up relic levels on characters you already have. But, like, you're already taking a good, you know, stab at that. Bosch, Leia, and Kersantin are done. Your TDC being Relic 3 is painful, my dude. Get it to at least Relic 5. It's way too unstable at Relic 3. Looks like you wailed on the punishing one. Very nice. Might be at this point worth relicking up your Geonosians. They're a little low for the size of this account, just for the fleet's sake. Surprised you don't have a relic Plo Koon. Might be another one. I would say relic your Plo Koon, up your relic levels on your Geonosians, and relic up your Iden Versio. Those would be the side projects I'd give you in between Balin and Ahsoka. But overall, I mean, solid account. Not really anything, you know, crazy out there. Ray's solidly modded. Not amazing for your overall GP, but solid. Solid. What's your arrow? Protection. Interesting, you went potency.
Hello there.
Araxis, welcome to the damn community, my friend. Hey, we hit a follower goal.
Impressive.
Need a lot of stuff, but Balin comes first. I get the PP. A little slow of a Kyle Katarn, honestly. Usually see Kyle Katarn be one of those faster characters. I mean, it doesn't overly matter too much. I mean, he does get, what is it, 14 or 40%? Yeah, 40% turn meter typically. Yeah, players that are this high usually are always out of Omicrons. You're not wrong. Good news is you're getting like an extra, like, what is that? Four Omicrons per month, which is nice. Yes, the beautiful Bane. Where is he? He was at Relic 9. I saw him. Dang, is he that slow? It's a little bit of a slow Bane. Why are Tot always tired? Why am I always tired, Thor? Is that what you're asking? So close to Ray, but now it might not be until December. She's unlocked depending on the break. Dude, it's killing me. Like, if I had just used what I've used on Ahsoka so far and what I have saved up for Ahsoka, I could have had Profundity at this point and be like within weeks of Jabba, and that hurts my soul just a bit. Because like honestly, that would have been more efficient than me going for Ahsoka Tano. You never use your Bane? Oh, Caleb Zwiger coming in with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, my friend. Wakes, Joshua Strong, Troopers on Break, Dank Lord, and Thor. Congratulations on your memberships. Why am I always tired? I mean, right now, it's because I just started a new job that makes me wake up at 5 in the morning every morning. And it's a 9-hour shift, and it's killing me a bit. But give me like another week, and I'll be, you know, the schedule will be normal for me, and I'll be fine. Dude, Caleb Wheeler, you need to check your gifting settings. I still don't know how you still haven't gotten one. Yeah, it's good to have you here, Caleb. Okay, so this is a guildie of yours, Lumar. Interesting. I get to ride the new GL wave. Yeah, this will be the first time and probably only time I get a new GL for at least a couple more years. Honestly, it's probably going to be within a year. I'll probably catch up at that point. Start calling me Gandalf the Grey. Yeah, we've gotten like almost everyone that was staying green. Like Trey is green at the moment. Apple E is green. Like we have almost everyone, but Caleb Wheeler is like the only one left that's just not gotten one. Oh, this is yours. Okay. Gildy recommended Jabba over Leia for me. I'm closer to Leia, but Jabba has the sweet mod event. Do you agree or disagree? Unfortunately, I do agree. I know that Leia is closer for people that have the Lightspeed bundles, but you can't beat the value that you get from finishing Jabba first. And like, look at it this way, it's not like it's JML level where you're like, oh my gosh, you're a ball hair away, but you're close enough that you'll finish Jabba and then immediately be able to jump into Leia with no problems, get 2 of the best GLs in the game very quickly. And so I do think the Jabba is going to be better. Flame my account if you prefer. Dude, you have Dr. Afra? What are you doing with your life, my dude? Tuskens and Territory War with the Omi. Ooh, I don't know, actually. I've always just used, like, gas against Tusken Raiders because I just don't want to deal with them. Bald Stream win. I almost offered that for one of our Damathons, and I decided against it. Bo-Katan Mandalore is Relic 9 or Relic 8 rec for Gloka. She might not be. We're looking at our last high relic requirement. But hey, I'm hoping for Mommy Mandalore because it'll make my life really easy. And if it's a Relic 9 requirement, honestly, I don't mind Relic 9ing Mommy Mandalore at all. It's hanging great, Storm Pooper. Good to see you. I live my life tired. Yeah, I think we all feel that, Michael. Agent Ross, welcome. Thank you guys for getting those General Kenobis. For all of you newer members, make sure that you're hitting those General Kenobis anytime someone says the hello there in the chat. For those of you on Twitch, there is a hello there emoji for those coming in. And so you can hit the hello there emoji, even if you're not one of our wonderful subscribers. And then the subscribers can respond with the General Kenobi. Can a Damathon goal be Relic 9 Hondo? I had a goal in our last Damathon that if we hit it, we were going to Relic 9 a character of your guys' choice. We just didn't hit it. The Rock, Vin Diesel, and Steve Harvey. I'm not The Rock, Vin Diesel, or Steve Harvey. Emergency room. Well, why not? Hi. News from nowhere. And James Adams, congratulations on your memberships. Thank you, Caleb, for the 5 gifted. You are amazing, my friend. Don't you have to Relic 9 her entire squad for the territory battle mission anyways? It's Relic 8, not Relic 9. I look like Steve Harvey. I don't know how I feel about that, Eshimu. General more than Kenobi? I'm so confused, Araxis. Yeah, I can't believe Caleb's not a member. Star Wars Dan, we're doing roster reviews right now, so if you want to hop in the queue, you can. Okay. Anything else in here? Is there anything I need to flame? That hurts just a bit, my dude. that does hurt me. I see your axis. Jabba then. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Bro. A non-relic Iden with a TIE interceptor. Bro, that's a hard sell. That's a hard sell for me. That's definitely something you need to work on, my dude. You need to relic your Iden Versio. You also need to finish your Inquisitors because you have Riva. And so, like, you finish your Inquisitors, you're able to get the Grand Inquisitor really easily because you're going to relic Third Sister with them, and you can do the event with Third Sister, and then you get Grand Inquisitor done. You now have a Scythe in your account, and then Scythe's going to allow you to beat Leviathan. Like, you have some really good prospects going for you, Lumar. You just need to hurry and finish what you're doing. Finish Balin, finish your PP, go for that Jabba, and then after that, I think you need to finish some of these farms even before Leia. I'm going to be honest. Looks like the Kyber Squish is starting to hit ya. Look at that Kyber 5. Dude, I'm really surprised how harsh the Kyber Squish is being right now. Like, every opponent I fought in Kyber 3 had all the GLs and all of the GL ships. It's wild. Of course, Lumar. Next roster, please be sub 4 mil GPY. You stream during my night times. Yeah, we'll try to do some earlier streams. I don't know. We'll put out some feelers. Football Goat, welcome to the damn community, my friend. We'll put out some feelers. See if people want really early streams, because now that I have this new schedule, I literally wake up at 5 in the morning. And so like tomorrow I have the day off, but I'm still gonna wake up at like 6, 7 in the morning. And so if there's like people out there that are like the EU crowd that are really looking for a really early stream, I'm down to do it. I don't know. I mean, Kyber jumped up to like triple what it used to be, and then now it's dropping frantically right now. Nice, Death. Sounds good, Star Wars Dan. Speaking of looking at your account, Alex RG, you are next, my friend. Oh, two of my old guilds are going up against each other right now in territory wars, and there's some heat being thrown around, and I'm really enjoying watching the drama unfold. I gotta be honest. On a 6 a.m. stream. Which guilds? Let's say you know one of them. Yeah, right, Lumar. Dude, Erodium 2. Yeah, you got pushed out of Kyber hard. Which high Erodium's getting real messy right now. You're pushing so hard for new characters. We've talked about this several times, but like you keep like leaving big things in your roster in the dust and like partially done. One of these days you'll stop chasing the newest, shiniest thing, and you'll go after some of your foundational teams. Basically check my geos and predict what I plan to do with them in the future. Are you relic 8? You are not relic 9ing all of your Geonosians. Okay. I mean, they'll clean up a solo GL for you. And your Separatist fleet is going to be crazy. You'll be able to take out profundities with it. That isn't a Relic 9 Kylo, that's a Relic 9 First Order. In case you guys don't know, Alex RG has a very hard PP for the First Order, and so his passion project was Relic 9ing the entire First Order, and so it looks like he's doing the same thing to Geonosians next. Gonna be good for Rote. I want to get pushed out of Kyber. Chat, do I donate $2 for the review next? It's up to you, Star Wars Dan. If you can afford it and you need to get it priority, then go for it. I'm like 6 arrow magnifiers away from a Relic 9 GBA. Wild. No need to waste time and do anything else, as I prefer other people to get their reviews. Fair enough, Alex RG. You'll have to tell me how this, I would like an RR. Caleb Swigger, you don't have to pay. You are one of our members. But thank you for the $10, my friend. But yeah, you'll have to tell me how the Relic 9 does against Profundity, because I know Arnold uses Relic 8 for it. If I give you 2 V-Bucks, can I get an RR? We would be honored if you would join us. Yeah, Black Knight, right? I'm already forgetting your old username. I don't know if you want me to call you Violet or Black Knight. Like, you know, Alex RG's name over on Twitch is something completely different. I still call him Alex. Yes. Are you talking about with the TIE bomber though, Alex? Are you referring to the straight Geos? Because there's a variant of the Separatist fleet where you don't use the TIE bomber and you use the triple Geo lineup and take down Profundities. And that's what I'm referring to, because you know the TIE bomber with most fleets beat it. Star Wars Dan coming in with the 199. It's at the bottom of the roster you channel. Violet coming on as well. Okay, sounds good. We'll do you 3 next. Raiding with a party of 1. Hey Richard, welcome. Yeah, I was changed, ADP. Some of my mom's... I'm so confused, chicken. Thomas Pikak, welcome. Aaron Brockman, good to see you. Can I get an RR? Yes, signups are in the chat. Aaron, are you one of our $10 members? I can never keep track of who's our $10 members or higher. I use the bomber. His job is counter profundity, not needed anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, true, but the ability to take in a take in that fleet and clear out the profundity, and then if you have to 2-shot it or it falls apart, you can always bring in another fleet with the TIE bomber. Is really nice to be able to have that TIE bomber in case your counter doesn't work the first time. Got gifted a membership? Okay, so you just have the $3 membership. Yeah, so you can go ahead and sign up on Discord, and we will get to you if we have time. Okay, next up we're going to do Caleb Zwiger, then Star Wars Dan, then Violet, and then we'll jump back into our free roster reviews. Caleb Zwiger, I still don't have your stuff memorized, even though we do one for you every once in a while. Thor coming in with, I've already forgotten what DKK is. I feel like that's like Swedish or something. DKK. Danish, that's what it is. What is your reaction to maybe new big update? Oh, the quality of life update? Is that what you're referring to, Thor? Thank you for the 17 DDK, or DKK. Donkey Kong currency. But yeah, are you talking about the quality of life thing that Arnold put a video out about recently that that Tuscan Meathead was referring to? Is that what you're referring to? He's like, I mean, I'm always excited for any quality of life update. Like, one of my favorite updates they've done was the mod changes, where they made the mods much easier to fiddle with and manage. I loved that. And then also the gear changes, where they did the double drop gear, I think is one of the best things they could have possibly done in the game. Like, it was a little harsh at the time because we were losing out on a lot of our relic materials, but after that we were fine. And so, like, dude, anything quality of life wise, I'm very excited for, especially with the I don't know, I feel like the new player experience needs a little bit more fiddling with. It struggles a bit. I just never have training droids. I never do. I'm trying so hard to farm characters, and I just cannot get them to level 85. I have the credits, I just can't take them to level 85 because I'm always out of training droids. I didn't think I'd ever have that problem. Heck yeah, Richard. Congratulations, my friend. Training droids should be removed from the game. Honestly, I agree with you there. If you were to donate $500, I would take him up as far as I could right now, and I would relic 9 him. No, we are doing Caleb Zweiger right now. This is his account, right? Just want to double make sure. Yep. And then we will be on to you, Star Wars Dan. Okay, so just finished my Executor fleet farming Bo-Katan Mandalore. You're really close on Bo-Katan Mandalore. We were just talking not too long ago. Tyler Cox, welcome to the damn community, my friend. Yeah, so you got Bo-Katan left to basically farm up, but the characters are all done, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, and you will have all the Zetas done, so you're essentially just farming up Bo-Katan while you wait for the event to come back around. Richard, we start with a new list every time, and we always check if people are here, just because we don't want to be giving roster reviews that will never be seen, so... We need to go fund me for Milton. Okay, Jabba at the moment. Need help with Zetas and anything else you want. You want to crap on my roster, it's fine as well. I mean, if I were to crap on your roster, the only thing I'd say is just Bo-Katan Mandalore seems a little early overall, but hey, I can accept a PP, especially when it comes to Mommy. We are part of the 2%. Overall, I mean, your roster is really solid. We've talked about your roster quite a bit, and you're very careful with your roster. Your mods are obviously going to be immaculate. There's no part of this that I'm going to be able to change and be like, hey, this is how you do mods better. Yeah, like you definitely have some teams I'd love to see you get done at some point. Like, I'd love to see you finish a Traya team, finish a Darth Revan team. But I think you're on the best path for your account, honestly. You got your Executor fleet, you're getting yourself a Bo-Katan Mandalore, you're getting yourself a Jabba with your Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. With your Bo-Katan Mandalore, you're going to be able to fight your way into a really good guild. I'm curious what guilds will require of you, though, because you don't have Inquisitors. And so Inquisitors might have to be next on your list, or it might be clones instead. Because if you join a guild that's like at the point where they're Mando ready, most of them are gonna not care about the Reva. Like they're gonna be like, yeah, we want you to get Reva eventually, but like, you know, we don't need you to farm up the Inquisitors immediately and get Reva ready. And so you might be able to get away with just like relic 7ing your 501st instead, because they'll have you relic 7 your 501st and your Crex to do the Zepho mission, the special mission there, and get the get 2 currency. So I'd be looking at, you know, that overall versus doing your, you know, Inquisitors, honestly. Check out your punishing one. Okay. I had to sit there and think for a second because I'm like, like Poe Dameron? Resistance Hero Poe? Punishing one. 7-star. Look at that. Beautiful, my friend. I wish I could afford this right now. It's the problem with being out of a job for a couple months is I don't have much money to spend on the game right now. But starting this next month, I will be making a steady paycheck, which means I can dump all of my YouTube money back into the channel again. I no longer am siphoning from my YouTube money for my own personal reasons. Where is your... Am I blind? I'm not blind. You're missing a TDC, my dude. This is the other Caleb Wheeler. You need yourself a TDC, my friend. You need to get yourself... Yeah, honestly, if you're close to Scythe, the Inquisitors might be your best bet. Like, even if you push into a good guild. Because getting the Scythe is vitally important. Like, I don't know if I'd bring the Inquisitors up to Reaver ready just because you don't need to, technically, if you're getting into a good guild. But, like, getting the Scythe and the Relic Iden... It's at 60 of 80. Oh, gosh. You have Scythe ready to unlock? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that might be one of your side projects, because I don't think you're going to need to dedicate a ton to getting, you know, an Iden Versio Relic. It's usually not something that's, like, it's going to pull away from your farms too much. It's, like, obviously, yes, it's a Cairo farm, but it's one character. But definitely the getting the Scythe is probably going to be a great thing for you. So, I don't know. Perhaps after your current farms... and you get your Wat Tambor, maybe Inquisitors is going to be your best stuff. Oh yeah, 3-star punishing one is amazing. Beautiful account, my friend. Let me see if there's any Zetas that you're like missing that I'm like, oh no. But I think honestly just saving for Reva, or not Reva. Brain work. Mommy Mandalore. And getting one on Bow is probably the best bet. You're getting close to Jabba, which means you're going to need to invest in Jabba, which is another sink for your Zetas. So it's hard to justify Zetas in other places. You don't have a Mandalorians finished, so I wouldn't suggest the Maul Zetas. You don't have Imperial Troopers, so I wouldn't suggest his Zetas either. Have you started swapping out his mods yet, or is he still fast? He's still fast. I don't think it's like hugely necessary to swap out his mods, but you can. You can get some just good 6-dot mods for him. They're just kind of and then move his good 6-dot mods to someone else. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any Zetas that I'm like, oh my gosh, why don't you have this? How dare you? Yeah. So honestly, I'd save them for your next up projects. Yeah, you're really close to JMK and Leia. Yeah. It's hard to fit in a lot of these farms. Your account's one of those ones that's moving super fast, and so there's a lot of farms that are going to be hard to fit in, and I think taking a break and doing some fleets is going to be helpful to that end. You know, getting your Iden Versio, getting your Inquisitors, getting your Profundity, doing those things I think will give you the time needed to get more Zetas into your account for the Leia and the JMK. So it's something to consider. Yeah, so I think Inquisitors should be on your list. It's just, you can't deny that the ships are going to be nice. The Inquisitors overall, just to become Reva ready, only require 3 Zetas. like it's not an awful farm for an account like this, and it's going to be very, very nice. So I think the Inquisitors should be moved up on your list, and I think taking some time and working on your fleets in general is going to be something that gives you the time to build up some Zetas. So yeah, 40 of 85. That's going to take forever to finish it with Get 3. That's for sure.
Be honored if you would join us.
Moley, welcome to the Damn Elite over on Twitch. Dude, I found out the most heartbreaking thing yesterday that I've ever found out. I found out that the timeline that I had for okay, Star Wars down. Sounds good. We'll jump into you. I found out that the timeline we had for Twitch getting their benefits, which was supposed to happen today, was based on a lie, because I was told when I was like looking it up and I was Googling it and everything, it was 90 total days of separate things. And then I went into the Twitch settings to see if I could find like, you know, exactly how close I was to make sure that I was in the right spot, and saw that it actually says from when I became an affiliate, which means that I need 26 more days of streaming every day, which I'm willing to do for Twitch. I'm willing to do it for you guys to make sure we get you guys your perks as off as soon as possible, but it's going to kill me. It's going to kill me. This is for Tyler Cox roster review to move up on the list. Okay, sounds good, Caleb Zwiger. Let me jump into Star Wars Dan. If you had to say this #1 farming ship would be, what would it be? What do you mean? Are you saying like #1 fleet, #1 ship by itself? What are you looking for? But yeah, Moley, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate it, my friend. I'm on a plane without airplane mode for this. According to the voodoo witch doctor magic that keeps planes in the air, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Okay, Star Wars Dan. Going for executor right now. Got a decent punishing one for that. Very nice. You got the JML. Sick. Yeah, so this is kind of the area after a Lightspeed bundle where you do it. You either do it after Rey and Kylo, or you do it after JML if you're not close to it, because, you know, JML can be closer than the executor. So yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad. This is still in. Why does my frickin' Discord do that? Discord can suck it. Here we go. You're in the other good place, which is before the JML. As I said, you either do it before JML or you do the JML first because you're closer to it and you don't have the executor stuff. So either way, you're in a good spot. Bro, you're Savage. Everyone that's a member and a subscriber, please spam the Savage relic emoji. Houndstooth, plug and play, absolutely amazingly tanky. Ship by itself, yeah, Con Warlock is correct. For a ship by itself, it is the Houndstooth. The Houndstooth can be plugged into literally any fleet and can carry you. It's just, it's way too good. I used to use Houndstooth before I got Executor. Houndstooth was my plug and play tank. So I got the Finalizer done, and I didn't have the Echelon yet. It was at like 4 stars, and so I'm like still working on the Echelon. I was using Houndstooth. I finished the Echelon, and now Houndstooth is on a different team, and I was actually using it as a solo with the Chimera. And then GC Devil, welcome to the damn community, my friend. And then you know, I started getting the Negotiator fleet up, and I didn't have the BTLB Y-Wing. I couldn't fit into my farms, and so I used the Houndstooth with the Negotiator fleet. And then, you know, as I got the BTLB up, it swapped out for that Houndstooth. So yeah, it's such a good plug and play tank for every fleet. Yeah, I didn't read that far, Star Wars Dan, but you know, I always give people crap for non-relic Savages, so I'm gonna say it regardless. Mullet stream win? Absolutely not, Caleb Wheeler. Yes. Typically, the pilot's getting geared up. Like, yes, the stars are very much a requirement overall, Wolf's Den. But the character is really what dictates the power of it in most cases. Like, you can have a 5-star ship with a relic character, and it's going to be much better than a, you know, a 7-star ship with, you know, a Gear 10 character. So. Okay, where is your scoundrel?
Hello there.
There's your Hondo Inaka. Anthony Flower, welcome to the damn community, my friend. Yeah, like, the Hondo's a 1 out of 10. All your fleets did Houndtooth sharing? Yeah, they did, 100%. Oh yeah, Savage is one of the best characters in the game for people getting into Grand Arena. If you ever want to see a Savage being absolutely amazing, go watch my free-to-play account. Explains why I've been hitting a wall with ships. Yeah, and also you'll hit a wall just because you won't have the damage to outclass like a Houndstooth. If someone has like a Gear 12 Houndstooth, you're gonna start getting trapped in your fleet arena until you can get yourself like a Chimera or something with a relic character that's a really good high damaging ship, like the, you know, like Vader's ship or the TIE Silencer or something like that. Otherwise, you're gonna be trapped behind Houndstooths pretty bad. Oh, I agree, Wep. Yes, let's start from the beginning. Going for Executor right now, got a decent punishing one for it. Doing JKCK is a guild goal. I don't love the idea of going for a JKCK when you don't have a JML. It's a little hard of a sell for me, because at least get Jedi Knight Luke first. But without Jedi Knight Luke or Jedi Master Luke, you're looking at getting a character that's not actually going to help you. And that kind of hurts, and so I almost would rather you change guilds or ask your guild to give you a continuance. Ask them to give you some time to finish your other projects first and start heading towards Jedi Knight Luke. You do have Jedi Knight Luke. Why is he not on the top of your roster? Is he like Gear 7? Is he Gear 7? Yes he is. Finish your Jedi Knight Luke and then get your JKCK. At least you'll have somewhat of a home for him. Oh gosh, that was great. Yeah, Jedi Knight Anakin's Ada-2 is also really great against Houndstooths. I do have 2 free-to-play accounts, Thor. Yes, Wolf's Den, I am doing reviews. Go ahead and head to the Discord if you want to get added in. Here's the link. It was just now, so fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. You just got him. I'll give you some leeway. I left him low for a day or two, and like, I mean, to be fair, my Jedi Knight Cal Kestis is Gear 8. Welcome to the damn community, my friend. It's good to have you here, Wolf's Den. Why 2 free-to-plays? So we have 2 free-to-plays because one of them, our members get to choose our farms. So anyone that's a member, whenever we finish a major farm, we let our members vote on the next farm. And so the first major farm that they voted for was Afra. And so our first farm was Afra. And then we let them vote, and now we're going for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis because that makes sense as a farming plan. And the point is to basically to prove you can do good in GAC and you can make a good roster out of any farm that you end up doing. If you want to go PP to PP, you can, as long as you take the time to make those PPs really shine. That being said, we also have the free-to-play account that's showing that a Leia Rush is a good start of an account, and it started as soon as the free-to-play changes happened, so that way we can see how long it takes to get to level 85 and that type of thing. So that's why we have 2 free-to-plays. The surprise JKCK was funny. Yeah, I was just like, I have 500 Chirotechs of each type. Let's see if I have enough. Oh, look at that. I guess we're getting a JKCK today. Oh yeah, everyone's joining the Beaver Dam. Love myself a shiny PP. Me too, my friend. Me too. The Discord link didn't work. Hold on. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. But yeah, the JKCK, as long as you get your Jedi Knight Luke up and at least have a home for him, I don't mind you doing a JKCK for your guild. But you need to get that Jedi Knight Luke up. You're planning on relicking Savage and then going for JML. I think that is an excellent plan. I will put JKL before that for the reasons that we just discussed. What do I do after that? Treya Squad, Imperial Troopers, finish the triangle. So your overall goal is going to be finishing the triangle. I think Treya, Imperial Troopers, these are great teams to have in your arsenal. Honestly, you have a Gear 12 Treya, you're going to have a Relic 5 Savage. Please. If you just get like a Gear 12 Nihilus as well, that's a team that can beat Jedi Master Luke at Gear 12 if Savage is relicked. And so like you're going to have an amazing team even at the Gear 12. You're not really going to have to put too much more into your Treya team overall. But usually when it comes to these minor teams, you build them when you need them. Like you're sitting there and you're struggling, you don't have enough teams for what area of ground arena you're in. Take a break from major projects and go for the little guys. You're struggling because big farms are, you know, being a nightmare for you. Use the forks. Go through your factions. You're overinvested, underinvested, recently acquired, and killer characters, and go farm something that's a little easier. Get some cool stuff done. Get some good farms done that are really going to make your roster pop. You know, that's the times when I think small farms are good. You build upwards until you hit a plateau where you cannot go upwards anymore, and then you build outwards. And so that way you can firmly plant yourself in. You're in Carbonite, you have a couple teams, you break into Bronzium, suddenly you don't have enough teams, you build outwards, and then now you're anchored into Bronzium and you can't get out of Bronzium. Now you start building upwards again, and then you hit Chromium. Oh no, I don't have enough teams and fleets. You build outwards again, and you just keep doing that. Never pick a big PP if you're early in the game. Newer people might not be used to the size of the PP and it might hurt for a while. You're not wrong, Caleb Wheeler. What are the names for these two different ones? One of them's named Baby Dam, and then the other one's named Beef Daddy. Yeah, Con Warlock answered. Thank you for that, Con Warlock. Beaver's on fire. Okay, what to Zeta? Also, I'm finishing Finalize your fleet. If you have an Omicron and you're planning on getting the Savage, a Zeta on Treya is never a bad thing. That being said, if you're going for JKCK, as I said, you're getting Jedi Knight Luke done. Getting the Return of the Jedi Zeta, this is one of the best player versus environment Zetas in the game. It may not be like something you use often when you start getting Jedi Master Luke and, you know, Jedi Knight Revan, things like that. But like, honestly, I use this in territory war, or not territory war, territory battles, like every single phase. I also use this to be able to do the challenge tier 3 of the assault battle. This is also what you use to make JML much easier to get. Without this, you're gonna have to mod the crap out of your Jedi Knight Luke and hope for the best. So not a bad Zeta to get if you start working on them soon. Besides that, you could throw some stuff on Bosk if you wanted to, since you're doing some stuff for the Executor, and get yourself a good bounty hunter team, because the Bosk lead is fairly good and his other Zeta is also good, and it makes the Houndstooth beefier. So not some bad things to do. Also, don't feel like you gotta spend your Zetas, because like you need to build up Zetas before you go for JML, obviously. You're also gonna need, I think, 3 Zetas for JKCK, so like, don't feel like you need to spend it. Finishing Finalizer is a great idea. You know, this fleet still beats Executor even post punishing one, so like, a lot of people were worried about that. I know I was worried about that. I love seeing the Relic Razor Crest already, which is really, really nice. Good job on that, my friend. But overall, yeah, just kind of keep going. But yeah, I would move that Jedi Knight Luke up much higher. Or you could do a Reaver Rush. Yeah, Justin Legolas, that is always an option. Okay, who was the next paid for roster review? It was Violet. Anyone here watch Violet Evergarden? Anyone? Bueller? Violet Evergarden's an anime, and it is only 13 episodes long, I believe. No, we're doing you right now, Violet. Yeah, it's an anime, and it is quite possibly the saddest show I've ever watched. It's still Star Wars, Dan? Okay. I don't know why it keeps... Is that right? Okay, yeah, we're good. Like I'm watching it right now. I started watching it about a year ago and watched like the first couple episodes, and it was interesting. But like I didn't understand like people talking about how sad it was. And then I picked it up again last week, and like it's hard to get through. It is such a tearjerker, bro. Like it's wild. I really am enjoying it though. It is such an interesting anime. I love slow JKL lead with a blazing fast Hoda. Still spinning out from JML. There's plenty of good Jedi to go around now. It's true, Stormpooper. In fact, with the current Datacron sets, I'm actually running out of Jedi to use with different characters, which is wild. I've never run into that. Penguin's on my list. I've been wanting to watch it. I just haven't had the time lately. Sad but really good. Yes, absolutely, Wep. Like it's sad but really, really good. It's the word that I feel like defines Violet Evergarden is cathartic. It is very much a cathartic show. It is very much like it's without giving too much about the story, it's essentially about a girl who's gone through a ton of trauma going through a war, and the war is now over, and she's like trying to figure out her place back in the regular world. And so it's super cathartic and like super heartwarming and stuff. Like not like you're crying because, you know, it's so depressing. It's like just some of it's happy, some of it's sad. It's just a really great show. I'm really enjoying it. Jobless Reincarnation, I have not. I have never watched an isekai anime, actually. Beautifully Placed Hondo. It's not Relic 9, so not quite beautifully placed. New Bleach. I still have never watched Bleach. Dude, that struck a chord with me, Con Warlock. I have not thought of Hitmonkey in forever. I'm pretty sure I watched Hitmonkey, but I don't remember anything from it besides really enjoying it. Watch LA SWAT. Dude, I used to watch Alaska State Troopers, and I'm from Alaska, so it was great because it'd be like, you know, this guy walking down the street with a bloody hammer, and they like stop him like, why do you have a bloody hammer? And he's like, oh, you know, no reason. And then they like, you know, find his address and find out that he hit his roommate in the head with a hammer and killed him. And like, he's walking down the road with a bloody hammer. And I'm like, that's across the street from my elementary school. It was great times, great times. I have sworn off all like really long animes. I just started watching anime in the last couple of years. So One Piece is off the table. Basically anything with a ton of filler and that I'm going to just not actually pay attention to watching the show, I don't watch, basically. So never watch One Piece, never gonna watch Naruto, you know, that kind of stuff. LA SWAT is fictional. I've never actually heard of it, no. Just loading up Crunchyroll or Netflix. Most isekai animes just feel like a power trip that's really not necessary. You Like I'm just not a fan of the style of it. I tried watching Death Note recently, and once again, just kind of felt like a power trip for, like, I don't know. It just wasn't enjoyable. There was no character to root for. It was just the words that I want to say to describe it, I shouldn't say on stream. But it felt like the writers were just kind of, having a good time in the writing room and not actually writing anything of substance. It's just realistic, but it's good. I do love me a good realistic show. Castle in the Sky is your favorite anime movie? I still haven't finished it. I need to go and watch it. It's on my list. I've heard great things overall. Black Swan. My sibling really enjoyed Black Swan. Jujutsu Kaisen was peak. I really enjoyed Jujutsu Kaisen. Dragon Ball Z Abridged? Is that what that's supposed to be, Caleb Wheeler? I've watched an episode or two. My favorite right now is Sword Art Online Abridged. It's hilarious. What types of animes do you watch? Really, I will watch anything. I'm not a picky person, but there are things that will ruin shows for me when it comes to anime. Like Spy Family was great. It was a great slice of life anime. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. And then there's like, boom, incest out of nowhere. And you're just like, why? What? This was such a wholesome, good show. And then you like watch Full Metal Alchemist and you're like, this is a great show all the way through. There's no fan service. I love it. It's great. It's my favorite type of anime, is the one that doesn't have a ton of anime tropes that are just weird. Fiction is better than when it explores stuff that isn't real. I think you can be right to an extent. I think some shows don't feel great because they're trying to be realistic, and they come off doing a lot of tropes and stuff. So, anyone know a GMDC counter? Kylo Ren unmasked with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. It's Kylo Ren unmasked lead with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and a First Order team. I still haven't watched Hellsing Abridged. Hunter x Hunter. I got really bored during the Ant arc. I couldn't do it. There's a 5-episode period that is the most boring thing I've ever watched, and I just couldn't do it. I liked a lot of Hunter x Hunter. I wasn't a huge fan of the Ant arc overall, even though a lot of people laud it as like the best part of the show. I've never watched Dante's Inferno. Anime Monster. I've never heard of Monster. Sailor Moon when it first came out. That's an interesting anime. I've never watched Sailor Moon. Yeah, anime is one of those things that I feel like, if you say you haven't gotten into it, it's mostly because you haven't explored it too much. Because it's definitely it's its own version of TV, but it's definitely one of those ones that has something for everyone. Like, no matter what, there'll be an anime that you will enjoy. Not that you'll enjoy every anime, but there's definitely going to be an anime that everyone enjoys. So. Ghost in the Shell, yeah. Kingdom Hearts. Does Kingdom Hearts have an anime, or are you just referring to the games? What if you don't have First Order? You suffer, Death Destroyer of Worlds, because there's not really any other good counters. Hey, Dope Man, welcome. Is anime characters reacting to How To Basic? What? SAO? Yeah, SAO is the first full anime I watched. I promised a friend I promised a friend. He found out that I had never watched anime, and he said, "Well, you got to promise me that you'll watch through Sword Art Online." And I was like, "Sure." I'm a good friend and I'm a man of my word. Sure. And so at one point I went to a friend's house and they introduced me to My Hero Academia, and I watched the first 2 episodes. I was like, that was decent. I was not expecting that to be good from like for an anime. And then I remembered that promise that I'd made a couple years previous, and I was like, okay, let's watch it. And I watched through all of SAO, and it has its moments that I absolutely love, and it's like half of every season is good in that show. The first half of the first season is great. The second half is atrocious. First half of the second season is great. Second half's atrocious. First half of the third season is great. Second half's atrocious. I don't get it. And I don't get why they didn't extend the first half of the first season and make that the entire show. Ugh. Good luck, Death Destroyer. How long is the RR list? It's not actually that long. It's just we're kind of getting sidetracked with with anime, and I apologize. Hey, Dance, welcome, my friend. What the best Hux team is? I mean, if you're going for a Hux team, that usually means you're splitting up SLKR. Obviously, like if you're going for like the ultimate Hux team, it's going to be utilizing the whole first order. You're going to be looking at Hux, Kylo Ren Unmasked, Sith Trooper, probably Kylo Ren and Phasma. But yeah. Sounds good, Agent Milton. You have a great night. The second arc wasn't really interesting at all, Sovereign Winter. The first arc of season 2 is worth watching. I really enjoyed it. But then again, I really enjoy anything that kind of shows off mental health issues. I really enjoyed The Bear on Hulu. With him kind of dealing with his anxiety and stuff. I really enjoyed that. Same kind of thing, kind of dealing with the mental after effects of being in Sword Art Online. It's kind of the beginning of the second season, and I really love that. I'm reviewing How To Basic. First, we got to finish Andor. We were watching Andor with all of our members. Yeah, the first half of it's really good, Caleb, but the second half, not so much. I really couldn't care about it. Comey Can't Communicate, super cute show. Is that about a deaf chick? I think it's on my list right now. I do know sign language, and so I watched Silent Voice. Loved that movie, and it was really interesting to see the differences between Japanese and American Sign Language. Sounds good, Caleb Wheeler. Have a great night. So just be a strong executor with P1 standard copy using Finalizer. Without Relic 9 crew, I wouldn't win for sure. Yeah, I mean, punishing one doesn't stop the Finalizer counter. It just changes it. I need to get it down and then make a guide for it. Narnia scenes with beavers in it. Perfect, chicken. Yes. She's more socially mute. Okay, interesting. Richard Denahan, we are watching it as members only, so it's just a little fun perk for members only. So if you want to become a member, it costs you $3, and then we're just trying to do it basically every weekend, so you can actually go back and watch the first 3 episodes with my commentary and the chat going if you want to. We have like times set up at the top, so you can just start the show at the same time and keep up with the show with where we're doing it, because I can't obviously show it on stream, otherwise I'm going to get sued out of my mind by Disney. So Akame? I have not watched Akame. Yes, we should go ahead with the RR. I'm sorry, guys. I am getting very off topic. Whose is this again? This was... it's so far back now that I have to go to fan funding. Okay, Violet. That's right. Sorry, that's what started this all, was talking about Violet Evergarden. That's right. Okay, we're good. Okay, so hi there. Been a bit waiting on the Profundity event. Very nice. After that, I'm working on Hoda, so there's currently no plans on getting people to Gear 13 till that's done, considering it's using all my Raid Mark II. Other than that, I'm working on my Maldalorians as well as my Seer Junda team. Interesting. Little weird to be working on a Seer Junda team this early. Do you have a Malicos already? Because like you don't have the stuff for a JKCK to be really beneficial in your roster. Yeah, the Maldalorians. It looks like you're kind of straying off into a lot of peepees. Rapid Beaver will now do what he must. Ben Solo is on the list. I was going to talk to you about that. So perfect. Just bottlenecked by Kairos. My next Omi will be on Fulcrum, Ahsoka, and after that, JKL, JML, IDK were to go after that, though. The Rebel Trinity, you'll get Malicos next Conquest. Okay. Oh, well, if you're going to go for a Seer team, you need to go for JML. Because you need some good Jedi in your roster that you can utilize with that character. Otherwise, you're kind of, like, stuck there with a character you can't really use. Especially because... yeah, like, you don't have a Jedi Knight Revan in here. Yeah, like... definitely something to look at. Also, how you say your next Omicron is going to Fulcrum. That means you don't have the Omicrons ready for Malicos, which is going to be rough because Malicos kind of requires at least 2 of his 3 Omicrons to be like really valid. Sounds like a big Omicron investment. Fair, Victor. Also, welcome to the Beaver Dam, my friend. It's good to have you here. I've been working on my Seer team. Your Seer Territory War team. Yeah, you've got the Cal Kestis Omicron. Interesting that you're working on a Territory War team. But yeah, you're getting Profundity right now. Obviously, JML is going to be the next step. He's very easy to get with the Lightspeed bundles. It's just, it makes sense, honestly. Because you already have the Mon Mothma done. You get JKL and you just need like a couple characters left and you're done with it overall. The Maldalorians, if they're a PP, go for them. But it's hard for me to justify a bunch of investment into them because it's going to be heavy Zetas and a lot of gears to get them up. But I mean, they are a great team. They do beat JMK, and so if you're really struggling against JMK, you can go for it. JML will also beat JMK though. Yeah, the Shin's definitely a PP. I don't know why there's a Shin Omi over here. I hope you're not going for Balin. Hoda and JKL for JML. Hey, Madness. Welcome. 3 Omicrons? Yeah, no. I mean, Dr. Aphra has 3 Omicrons. Darth Bane has 3 Omicrons. Riva has 3 Omicrons. Like, there's tons of characters that have 3 Omicrons. And some of them can get away with 1. Like, Ben, you can get away with 1. Malicos, you kind of need 2 to make him have everything he needs. Keep an eye out, Sleep. I'm pretty sure in the next month we will have Lightspeed bundles come back around. Does anyone remember what the what it is? Yeah, there you go. So keep an eye out for like the week leading up to 24th. So we're looking at about, you know, the 3rd week in November. We're probably going to get some Lightspeed bundles. Also, it's the 10-year anniversary. Like, they got to do something big for the 10-year anniversary. Does Bane only need 2? No, he has 3. He only needs 2, yes, but he has 3. Think we'll get a Watt bundle? I think we're just going to get a rerun of most of the bundles. What's a PP? Do I have a PP? PPs are passion projects, Michael. And there's nothing wrong with a little PP here in the Beaver Dam. So you know, a lot of people, you know, get angry at people because they're like, why aren't you being efficient? But like, we understand people have passion projects and they're important to the life of this game. And so going for PPs is very, very important. You want to avoid, you know, really large PPs, especially early on. They're not great, but PPs are important. Dang, Josiah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, madness. No, it's happening everywhere right now. It's driving me nuts. The Kyber squish is ridiculous right now. Okay. But yeah, it seems like you're kind of wandering around, but I know you do like yourself some territory wars, so I'm not gonna, you know, penalize the PP. You get your seer team up. If Shane Hades planned on being part of that, it's a little interesting. Not something I probably would suggest. But you invested to get her to 7 stars, so I guess why not? You honestly, let's see. You got Seer, you got Cal. You're gonna have Maliko, so that's 3. You're gonna have Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum, that's 4. Instead of Shin, you could put Maul as the 5th. And honestly, it would work really well and give you a reason to get Maul up for now until you can take some time and really finish him off. Lord Vader will be my PP. I just can't justify it. How about someone with 6 GLs and Bronzium 1? Yeah, you'll see that occasionally, but like right now in Kyber 3, I saw all people with just all the GLs and all the meta ships, which is not something you see in Kyber 3. And I got kicked out of Kyber 3 from it. Oh yeah, no, the Mandalorians are still going to do great things even at low tier. Like, they still do crazy, you know, damage. The slab guy will go, okay, bro, what? I'm so confused. I'll place crew with Malikos when I get him. Like, I'll see it commonly, yeah, Jason. I'll see it and be like, oh yeah, this is, you know, an account where, you know, has all the GLs, has all the meta fleets, but they play poorly. They don't usually have good mods, that kind of thing. Like, those people do show up at Kyber 3, of course. But like, this was every single person had all of it. They had good mods. They had good fleets. They had good strategy. Like, it was wild, the opponents that I was going up against. And these were people that were like, they had great mothers. They had all of, you know, Enoch and stuff. Like, they were whaling and stuff, and they were in Kyber 3 for some reason. And I'm like, this is not who should be in Kyber 3. Let's hear your opinions, Fogly Doggly. But yeah, overall, Ben Solo, I think, is a big focus. If you want to get your foos up, I don't think that's a bad thing. Get Maul up if you want, sure. Your next major project is definitely JML. After JML, you got to do Jabba, dude. Yeah, you just got to do Jabba. You really need to get Jabba in this roster because those mods you can't sleep on them. You're getting 3 6-dot mods a month and 75 reroll materials plus extra mods and some more upgrade materials for them. You can't sleep on how good that is each month. So Jabba's definitely the one. Leia's going to be closer, so it'll look really tantalizing to go for Leia, but the overall value that you get from Jabba, you can't beat that return on investment. Exactly, Jason. Phoenix up more for the Profundity event? Not really, from what I understand. Yeah, like, you're fine where you are. Like, people do the Profundity event with like gear 10 Phoenix. Like you don't have to worry about your Phoenix at all. In fact, it was considered a luxury before the Lightspeed bundles to get your Phoenix up to relic level. Like most people would run a Gear 12 Phoenix piloting their reinforcements. Pocket Rancor. What about SRP? You lost me with that one. I don't actually know that one. Yes, unaligned force users. Unaligned force users, UFUs. It came from. I like to name all of my squads something weird. And so my Ray team is all unaligned force users and all unaligned force user synergy because I don't have an unaligned force user team yet. And so I named it UFU. Get it? Silent but deadly because it's gas. I'm hilarious, I know. Anyways. Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. You can get them up if you want. It's another one of those, like, okay, so that is the Profundity team. That's the Profundity team. You don't need anything more than that. So if you want to get Scarif Rebel Pathfinder up, because he's, you know, part of this ship, you can. But like Biston's U-Wing, Cassian's U-Wing, it's not part of the fleet really. These are all leftovers for the Home 1 fleet. This is the fleet. You don't need anything more like than this. It's kind of like the Executor, where you end up with, you know, you only end up with 2 reinforcements, 3 now that the Punishing one's out. It's the same kind of thing. You don't need all the reinforcement slots for the Profundity. If you do, you risk messing up your overall reinforcement plan. So yeah, Sleep, you say corny. My Mara Jade team, the original reason I started building Mara Jade up to higher gear levels was because I knew that she beats gas really easily in territory war. Because her Omicron makes it so he immediately goes down, so you have the time to kill his team. And so my Emperor Palpatine Mara Jade team was called Pepto-Bismol because it helps with gas. The jokes never end. You're just really concerned about the event? Don't be. You are good, Violet. You are ready to go. It's like with the Relic Phoenix, you should have 0 problems. One Punch Man, Hunter x Hunter. Time was reincarnated as a slime. I've heard that one a lot lately. Castlevania isn't quite considered an anime because it's not actually Japanese, but I will say I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons, and the third season I felt the same. Jujutsu Kaisen, great. Black Clover, haven't watched it. Sibling really loves it. Solo Leveling, I've heard a lot of good things. I still haven't watched it though. I'm planning on watching it with my roommate. And Taco Supreme for SLKR, those are my favoritely named ones. I've got a couple ones that if YouTube actually like read what was on my screen, I might get like banned. I don't know. Like it doesn't have swear words or anything in it. It's just probably not okay. But you know, haven't gotten banned so far, so we're gonna keep going with it. You need bigs for the Leviathan counter though. Yeah. I mean, you already have Relic bigs from Lightspeed bundles. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is probably one of my favorite animes of all time. It's probably number 1, honestly. I need to watch it again, though. Never watched Fairy Tail. Do the same with your team names? Heck yeah, that's what I like to hear. Okay, so we've got another one. Yo, who is it? Caleb Zweiger. You had someone who was supposed to pop into the chat. Who was it? You say it was your guildmate? Or did you say, was it just someone random in the chat? I think it was Tyler Cox. Tyler Cox, are you still here? Tyler Cox, yeah. Are you here? Full Metal Alchemist. There you are, Tyler. Okay, sweet. Let's go through your roster. So, I'm pushing Executive and probably moving to CLS. Not sure if that's the right thing to do next. Well, first things first, I want you to relic your Savage. This is one of the best solos in the game, and so I hope this is on your list as like a thing to relic 5 ASAP. I use it literally every single GAC on my free-to-play account. I use it in every single GAC on my main account too. It's just most of the time I put him with a team. And that's the nice thing is, unlike Wampa, he can be put with a team, can do a lot. Numania, welcome, welcome, my friend. Good to see you here. We're just doing some roster reviews. How are you? So I really hope that you're gonna relic Savage. It's definitely something to do. As for saying Executor and then CLS, I think that's an excellent idea. You already have the Wampa done, you have the Vader done, you have the Captain Han Solo, the Rebel Officer Leo Organa. Like, you have a solid start into getting the CLS going, and I think going CLS into Jabba is probably your best bet for overall farms. He's on the schedule. Okay, good. As long as he's on the schedule, that's great to hear. But yeah, I think CLS is one of the best early game teams in the game. He leads to Jedi Knight Luke. Jedi Knight Luke is going to give you another assault battle. Going from Jedi Knight Luke, that leads you into Jabba, gets you mod materials, gets you, just a really solid starting GL. Love to see it. Like, I think that's the great way to go. And then from there, you can go to Leia or JML. And then Profundity. So he bought the Hoth Lightspeed bundle. Yeah, 100% he bought the Hoth Lightspeed bundle. He bought the Jedi Lightspeed bundle and the Hoth Lightspeed bundle, it looks like. Emphysema, my array is resistance. An apple a day. I love that. I love that so much. Attack on Titan, another chance. I watched like the first 3 episodes of Attack on Titan while eating mini tacos, and I just didn't enjoy it. Well, those that were available. Gas was gone before I got to level 85. That's fair, Tyler Cox. Which, keep an eye out. We might end up with a, thank you for the 100 bits, Newmania. I appreciate it, my friend. Keep in mind the whole, anniversary's coming up, so there's a high probability all the Lightspeed bundles will come out. So waiting on Cara Dune to 7-star. Makes sense, makes sense. Fair enough. Periodically prolific. I've heard good things about it. It's just, it didn't grip me in the first couple episodes. It was the same thing with Cowboy Bebop. I watched like half of Cowboy Bebop and I still just wasn't interested. I really tried to give that one a chance. But yeah, overall, I think your plan's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to get your Sun Fact to gear 12, so that way you can make sure you're in a good guild. I think you already are, considering Caleb Zweiger said that you were, pushing your way into a good guild. So if he could only get 2.
Credits will do fine.
Easiest way to watch anime episodes is do it while you're doing the raid. Fair, Alex RG. Thank you for the $4.99, Anthony. We will do yours directly after this, my friend. Okay, so for an account like this, what Lightspeed bundles would you recommend if you could only get 2? Are we saying 2 without looking at the price? Or are we just talking 2 in general? Because honestly, I'd probably just suggest getting a GL. Out of the Lightspeed bundles, probably the best bet is to just get a free GL. And of all the free GLs, I mean, I'd probably go First Order, personally. Like, it gets you a fleet that can beat Executor. Gets you a whole bunch of the bounty hunter ships that you need for this, which, I mean, you're pretty close already. It also, you know, gets you a Galactic Legend who can do all but 2 of the Proving Grounds. I think it's just going to be excellent. It'll fit in with your Executor farm. You can work from there and you Sith Eternal if you want to. So, like, if you're looking for... I'll probably do a buyer's guide, honestly, for all of the Lightspeed bundles. If we end up having all of them come back, I'll probably do a buyer's guide. But yeah, I would probably say First Order or Resistance. You either buy the $30 worth of First Order, you buy the $30 worth of Resistance. You could go for the gas bundle. It's going to be $50. It'll get you a good fleet. The problem with going for the gas bundles, it doesn't get you a GL, and it gets you close to 2 GLs that are very hard to get. And so, like, it gets you a good distance towards them, but you're still going to be struggling to try and get towards them. So I'd much rather see you get the First Order. Now, if I could suggest 3, though. If I were to suggest, I would probably suggest 3. If I were to suggest anything, I would say get a GL. So the $10 for the characters, the $20 for the fleet, for either Resistance or First Order. I personally suggest First Order. And then I would suggest the Shadows of the Empire Lightspeed bundle. It gives you a Phoenix team to work with, and it also gives you all of the crap requirements towards Jedi Master Luke, which is a great thing to have, because then you can push into the Rebel Trinity really easily. So that would probably be my way of going about purchasing for the Lightspeed bundles. Ugh. Yes, Finalizer still can beat Executor with the Punishing One. It's a different strat. I will try to make a video on it soon. Which one besides Interceptor can't SLKR do? It is Malgus. Have a great day, Death. It was good to have you here, my friend. It does get you Negotiator, yes. Which Negotiator is nice, but you're also missing your BTLB, and you don't have a Marauder. Like, I'd rather have in this straight out of the gate, basically an Executor counter towards your Executor as well as a GL. GL is always going to be more important than something like gas, especially because for the price of the gas bundle, you can purchase Shadows of the Empire, SLKR, and Finalizer. Literally do that every Proving Grounds. It's very RNG dependent, but it's doable. Yeah, if you have a couple good characters or you have really good mods and you're able to pull it off, you can do it. Why can't I see all the chat? Most people talk on YouTube. I'm confused. Yeah, so we multi-stream to both YouTube and Twitch. And so we have Twitch stream and YouTube stream. So like I actually have, because multi-stream chats don't work very well, I actually have a YouTube and a Twitch chat up on my screen at any given moment, so that way I can see you guys. But then it shows up on the screen over that way, so that way you guys can see the other chats, even though that's technically not okay. But we're small enough that Twitch doesn't get angry at us, and I like doing it so that way you guys can see each other. So you're not completely isolated, especially if we only have like one person in one chat or the other. So... Is SLKR better than Rey? SLKR is a better offensive Galactic Legend. Rey is one of the top defensive Galactic Legends. So it's really dependent on what you're looking for. The nice thing is SLKR can double as a defensive Galactic Legend, but he's going to be less good. Rey can double as an offensive Galactic Legend and still be good. SLKR has more things he connects to, though. He connects to, with his ships, he connects to the Executor. He has Emperor Palpatine as part of his requirements, which connects to Executor and Sith Eternal. Like, his connections, his fleet, and he himself just make it so that way he's the better deal of the two. Rey is still great. Rey just doesn't connect to as much, so... Sounds good, Sleep. When is the Pimpo video dropping? Dude, I have been so backed up for videos. I've got so many videos I need to do, but it's been so rough just trying to get into a schedule and figure this out. And so I'm hoping that now that I wake up really early, I will have a ton of time to do some testing before everyone wakes up. So my plan is we have a Pimpo video coming where we talk a little bit about Pimpo's mod services. So that way, for those of you who don't know about it, can choose whether or not they are interested in it, and they can know about it from here on out. We also have a video for a JML guide. We also have a mega collab video where I got advice from every single streamer I know and a couple that I don't, that I am planning on sharing with you guys. And we'll have a little fun mini game as part of that video as well, that will allow someone to get a free Lightspeed bundle. So keep an eye out for that. And then, of course, you know, just normal videos as time goes on. Like, I need to get out a video about the Punishing One and stuff, so. My SLKR is Relic 9, my Ray is Relic 7. That's my preference. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, SLKR is a better GL if we don't talk about PvP stuff. I think even with PvP factored in, if we factor in both PvP and PvE, SLKR is the better GL. Yes, I have time on Thursday, Lumar. If you do, I am off work that day. Okay, yeah, you're not wrong, periodically prolific. Although she still does a lot without her lifter. Anyways, sorry, we've gotten a little off topic, but overall, I think you're solid. If you're looking for Lightspeed bundles, get the Shadows of the Empire, get SLKR, and get Finalizer. Those are the 3 Lightspeed bundles I would suggest if you're trying to stay under the gas Lightspeed bundle price. Keep an eye out. We're going to get Lightspeed bundles in the next 2 months, like almost guaranteed. We're either going to get it for the 10-year anniversary, or we're going to get it for Christmas. One of the two. I'm sure the old Lightspeed bundles are coming back, period. So keep an eye out. That being said, I think Executor is a great place to go in the meantime. It'll get you some Fleet Arena crystals, which are going to be nice. And then heading into the Rebel Trinity is kind of the next thing that's the best major start to the game. So going for that CLS is great. Then going into Jedi Knight Luke, and then into Jabba, and then JML, and then Leia. That type of thing is going to be great for this account. So keep up the good work, my dude. I love seeing the Savage already here. I would switch them out to all health mods, honestly, and make sure that you're taking a look at swago.gg when you're modding your characters. But yeah, overall, looking solid start to a roster, my friend. Info for Beaver: Geonosis is gonna win. I'm 95% sure. Geonosis is gonna win. What are you talking about, Alex? Yeah, that'll work for me, Lumar. I'm glad I can help, Thor. Okay, is that the last paid for one? Let's check paid for real quick. Anthony. We got Anthony Flower, and this will be our last one for today just because I am getting tired, and this is usually when I go to bed for work, so I don't want to ruin my sleep schedule on my days off. Do you have your roster review, do you have your ally code in the Discord right now, Anthony? Also, I need to eat. True. Okay. Aaron Brockman, Violet. Oh, didn't you say it was under a different name? Hold on. Fan funding. Dogbird. That's right. There's Dogbird. Okay. Getting a few different opinions. Okay, so you're going around to all the streamers and asking for their opinions. Scrap everything, go for Jawas, Relic 9, the bare minimum. Okay, there's your opinion. No, I'm kidding. Let's go through your roster real quick. Came back to the game after your break during the current conquest cycle. Okay, okay. About to finish the Leviathan farm. Interesting. Being between Leia and JML, but I've heard I should focus ships more. Okay, so you have the Jabba, which is good. I think Leia and JML are both good options. The fact that you have the Profundity is a good sign that JML might be the way to go. I hope you're trying to get Luthen to some degree because of this Relic 9 Mommy Mothma that I'm seeing here. Gear 12 Treya. Okay. So I do think that there is an argument to working on your ships a bit.
Let's suppose that you were able every
I
night
love this song.
to any dream you wanted to dream.
Yeah, I definitely do think that there's an argument to work on your ships, especially specifically relicking your Iden Versio. I think could be one of the biggest things that can help you and benefit your roster.
And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have
As your conquest finishes up, I'll need another 10 to 15 shards. Okay, sick. Hey, Cheeseballs, welcome, welcome. You missed a rousing discussion about anime. Yeah, that's about when I start, Fogley, so good luck, my friend. Have a good night. But yeah, overall, I think that staying in the Rebel Trinity is one of the best things that you can do. I don't think your ships are necessarily bad, though. Like, I think, yes, relic the Iden. That is something that I would do, is relic your Iden. Said you're finishing up your Leviathan, right? Yeah, you're finishing up your Leviathan farm. So, like, yeah, your off-meta could use a little bit of work, but not much. A lot of sharding to do. Yeah, go for JML, dude. Especially with the Mon Mothma done. If you have the Profundity done, JML is going to be like a ball hair away. You don't have the Rebel Lightspeed bundle, unfortunately, but that won't stop you too much. You already have like a Relic 3 Hermit Yoda. You already have the Jedi Knight Luke at Relic 7. You already have the Mon Mothma past the Relic 5. Like, you have a lot to go there. If I were you, this is going to be a little bit of a weird one for you. I would go JML JKCK. Yeah, you can ask for a song, Thor. Ruth Vader Ginsburg, welcome to the Beaver Dam. I could have sworn you were already following. Did you subscribe on YouTube? Is that what I'm thinking about? Or have you just been here a couple times and haven't followed? Have a great night, Fogley Dogley. But yeah, if you have a song that you want to request, you can go for it. I won't play it very loud because we're doing roster reviews. But yeah, I can 100% play a song for you. How dare you, Ruth Vader? Love the name. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. Love the name. But yeah, I think that going JML JKCK is something that's going to be great for your roster, because you can use that JKCK to leverage your way into a good guild. And leveraging your way into a good guild is very important for an account like this. And so I think that might be a good solid thing. On top of that, looking at the overall pathway this roster could take, if you're wanting to work on your ships, one of the biggest things you can do is get a scythe into your account, which means going for the Inquisitors. And so getting the Inquisitors and JKCK, you can push into a solid guild. Rule of 2, you're talking about Bane's song, right? Screw Inquisitors. No, I don't need to. Yeah, I haven't picked up any Lightspeed bells. I want to pick up the Geos and JKCK. Wouldn't be that bad, because we saw what Luthen will give me another Rebel fighter split. Yeah, that's fair. Screw the Inquisitors. No, I don't need sight. I mean, at that point, how are you going to beat Leviathan? Are you going to rely on mirror matches then, or are you going to build out your Galactic Republic fleet? Because that's kind of your only options when it comes to Leviathan. And even then, we don't know if it's going to be viable for very long because they're buffing the TIE Dorito. So we don't know if this is actually the Marauder's going to be viable anymore. So, I don't know. I think that, yes, the Inquisitors suck, but it's kind of a necessary evil. Regardless, though, JKCK will get you into a good guild regardless. Going JML and Delay, I think, is your best bet for your overall projects. Take a quick look at your Sith Empire. Solid, love to see it. You're probably gonna have to bring your Sith Assassin up a bit for mirror matches. And if you're using Malgus on defense, make sure your 5th is Sith Assassin to prevent gas. You kind of have a steep, for 8 million GP, you kind of have a steep for speed fall off. I definitely think you should be working on your mods. Really quick, this is something that you definitely need to work on. The Mark 6 fighter trick to beat Leviathan. Are so forced on making a point to avoid them. I mean, you do you, but if you don't want to go for the Inquisitors, don't go for the Inquisitors. This is something that's hurting my soul a bit. Like, the speed's good. The speed is good. But this is actually making your CLS team worse, Anthony. So please switch out these critical damage mods to offense mods. Because essentially you're building CLS to build into JML. Where is he? .3PO and Chewie. If the allied leader is, we're gonna just say Luke, 3PO and Chewie gain 40% of the leader's max health, max protection, offense, defense, potency, and tenacity at the start of the first encounter. Rebel allies gain half that amount. Nowhere in there does it say that they gain critical damage. And so if you have critical damage as your main mod set on your CLS, you're actually losing out on offense or any of these other stats that you could be stacking on all of your allies, including 3PO and Chewie. So you're definitely going to want to take a look at that and fix that and make sure you have that done. Overall, keep working on your mods. I don't think your mods are necessarily bad. I think there's a steep fall off for an 8 million account, but just keep working on them. So shared offense, yeah. So I would definitely switch crit damage to offense. Like, I get this. This is not only what Swago itself suggests, but also if you go and do this, if you go to swago.gg and we go over to units and we go CLS. I made a whole video about this because it drove me nuts. So Kyber, right? Offense tenacity is the go-to. That's what we all use. Crit damage is number 3, even in Kyber, with 6%, which is wild because it doesn't get shared. And then in Erodium, crit damage, Chromium, crit damage, Bronzium, crit damage. It's an epidemic. People need to fix their CLS. How many people are in line for roster reviews? Quite a few, but we're going to be ending here after this one. My throat's starting to give out on me, and I am tired. So we will do some more roster reviews tomorrow after Grand Arena. But yeah, overall, definitely a going for Iden and getting yourself some ships worked on, I think is not a bad thing because you're missing a BTLB. You know, working on Iden will finish your Vulture Droid. You've got this fleet lying around, and you're talking about getting the Geonosian Lightspeed bundle, perhaps. finishing this fleet, you have a TIE Interceptor, so getting a Relic TIE Defender is going to be vital for this. Super nice. If you get a Scythe, then you can counter Profundity with this. You can no longer counter Executor with Punishing One in the game with this, but it beats the other two meta fleets, so you don't really want to sleep on it. It also beats basically every other fleet in the game. The only thing it doesn't beat at this point in the game is Executor, and that's just because of Punishing One. Josiah, how dare you? Contributing to the 6%. Most of my best mods ended up on Relic 9 Mothma team. Hey, I get the PP, bro. There's nothing wrong with a little PP. Passion projects are important. Sounds good, Richard. And like, keep in mind just how much that helps, that 40%. Because like, you look at it and you're just like, you know, not only does it just look solid on paper, but like that being shared to everyone means like you could relic a CLS and then throw like a gear 7 team with him and he'll actually make the team really good. And so like I used to use a relic CLS with gear 12 of the rest of the team to go through hard mode conquest with it. Like it's so good. So it's something that I'm building on my free-to-play account right now for that reason, and because they're Rex for Leia, but because I can, you know, relic the CLS for as a requirement for Leia, and then the 3PO and Chewie is going to share the stats from that relic CLS. I'm pushing CLS up as fast as I can. So one day I'll get to use them on Scarif and Road. There you go. Love it. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Big thanks to those who contributed to the Beaver Dam. Big thanks to Caleb Zweiger engaging, entrancing, and capturing, stealing, enrapturing, whatever we want to call it. Thank you, Caleb Zweiger, for getting us 10 new members into the Beaver Dam. We have some fun things planned for the Beaver Dam for our members. We will be having a Andor watch party this weekend, I promise. And so we will continue episode 4, 5, and 6, which is the heist, for those of you who have watched it. So I'm very excited about that. If you haven't gotten all of your perks from Discord, meaning you don't have your roles and access to the member chat, that means that you have not used your user connections. So if you go into your user settings, go into connections, you can connect your YouTube or your Twitch to your Discord, so that way it'll give you the roles that you need in Discord to be able to see all the stuff you're supposed to see as a member or subscriber. So make sure you do that so you don't miss out on any of the fun stuff. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.